Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac Show. Limousines drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free.
We're back here at the Oceana Splash Party in the Hamptons, and
you look like a mermaid.
I look like a mermaid. That's what everybody. I see. Gorgeous. I love what you're wearing. Introduce yourself to the camera, darling. We all know who you are, but introduce yourself.
I'm Susan Rockefeller. This is my husband,
David Rockefeller.
Tell my audience, why should we all contribute and support this wonderful
the newspaper, the Gulf oil spill happened, and we have a tremendous opportunity to raise awareness about the health of our oceans and the need to have more conservation dollars go into helping preserve and conserve not only the fish, but also looking at all the ocean health issues, whether it's plastic, whether it's overfishing, whether it's the overuse of antibiotics with salmon farmed fish. There's just a whole host of issues that will relate to our children and grandchildren. Globally, 1 out of 4 people eat fish protein for their major food source, so over 1 billion people rely on fish protein. So we need to keep the oceans healthy so that we don't create more suffering with the poor people of the world.
Do you only eat fish?
I actually don't eat much fish. I eat lobster in Maine. When we're in Maine, I tend to eat only local fish from where we are. So we're here in the Hamptons for a couple weeks, and we actually haven't had any fish. But if we do, we will look forward to some Hampton fish and go to obviously the Wayne Scott seafood shop and get some. But we like to do more locally caught fish.
Now I understand that you are also a fisherman.
I'm not a fisherman, I'm a sailor, so I'm a boater. I love to eat fish. I love to catch fish. I'm not a fisherman, but I'm a sailor, and Sailors for the Sea is an organization that I started to get sailors involved in being concerned about ocean health. So one thing you can say about the ocean, a lot of people don't know, is it is a weather regulator. It is a temperature regulator. We're glad that we're here by the ocean today because it's probably 10 degrees, cooler than it is inland and in the cities. And then in the winter, it keeps it warmer.
I know. I tell this to people all the time. They don't believe me because I live by the ocean. I live like a block away from the ocean. And people say to me, oh, but Cognac, it's so hot at the ocean. I says, it's actually cooler.
Yeah,
the other thing that we're hoping, because this is the first annual Hampton Oceana Splash Party, is to get the people that come out here every summer to understand and not take for granted the fact that we have pristine bays and waterways and ocean here.
Hamptons is just stunning. It's really one of the most beautiful places in the world.
It is, and it is the economic engine that keeps this place going. If what happened in the Gulf happened here, people would not be going to the restaurants. You'd lose the employment. You'd lose all the value, or a great deal of the economic value.
Absolutely. The key is to stop anything that's polluting our waters right now, all over the world, not just in the Gulf.
Absolutely. And that's what Oceana is. It's a global, advocacy-based nonprofit organization solely focused on ocean health. So we want to get more people activated, motivated, and supporting this great cause.
That's your mission.
That is our mission, yes.
I would like you to tell my audience, if they want to find out more information about Oceana, where can they go on the internet?
They can just go to oceana.org, and it has fabulous resources on all the different campaigns that Oceana is involved with. It can tell them how to become a wave maker, which is an ocean activist. And that can start them on their way. They'll learn about the Gulf, they'll learn about how to reduce plastic, they'll learn about how to be more ocean-oriented and more activated in their own communities about ocean issues.
She's fabulous, isn't she?
Great.
So are you.
Oh, thank you.
I think you came up from the ocean.
I did, darling. I want to thank you both very much. Give me a kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see his ocean? Did you see his lobster?
Gorgeous.
Yes. Thank you for supporting.
Yes,
Oceana.
and we will be back in a moment with more interviews coming up, darlings. Pink champagne kisses. Welcome back, darlings. We're here at the Oceana Splash Party in the Hamptons. And I'm here with this important person who's going to introduce him. You, darling, introduce
barely.
yourself to the camera.
My name is Keith Addis, and I'm the chairman of the board of Oceana.
It's a fabulous, fabulous cause.
Thank you.
What inspired you to create this organization?
It's not a good story. My day job is in show business in LA, and I manage writers and directors, and I signed Ted Danson as a client, as a very important new client during the last couple of years of Cheers. And he had been working with a small local California organization that he started called the American Oceans Campaign, and I thought I'd better join this just to secure my relationship with this new client. So it was completely...
You are too funny.
It was completely Machiavellian, ulterior motives, but it didn't take long for me to get very excited about the issues and the problems, and I loved working with him, and it's now 20 years for me, having been devoted to this work.
And now you are in love with the cause. You're in love.
I have been for some time. You know, the problems are enormous, the challenges are gigantic, but it's very exciting work, and
I
I'm
can
happy
see
to
why
do
the
it.
challenges are gigantic, because you're dealing with people, many people that don't really understand the consequences.
Look, you look out here and it looks completely perfect. It looks
Yes,
fabulous.
I know. I live across the street from the ocean. I know.
90% of all the fish we eat are gone. 90%.
90%.
90%. The cover of the Sunday New York Times Magazine 2 weeks ago was about the fact that bluefin tuna are about to become extinct, gone forever, finished, over. A full-grown bluefin tuna sold at the Tokyo market a couple of weeks ago for $260,000. One fish. So, you know, we're also changing the chemistry of the water with oil and CO2 falling into it. People don't understand that all this carbon we've been talking about related to climate change, a third of that CO2, 22 million tons a day, falls into the water, and it's starting to change the chemistry of the water. If you've ever had kids with a saltwater aquarium, one wrong drop of the wrong thing and everything dies. Why people don't understand that this ecosystem, this amazing ocean, is as fragile as a saltwater aquarium is a mystery to me. But people are starting to wake up. Unfortunately, it's taken something as terrible as this Gulf oil spill for people to really understand that the stakes are enormous.
Let me ask you, throughout the whole entire world, where is the water the cleanest?
You know,
That's a good
the
question.
water is moving constantly. There's only one ocean, and it's circulating around the world constantly, so it's almost an impossible question to ask. I remember in California when people first started talking about air pollution, we thought if we put smog control devices on our cars, there was kind of this mythology that you could clean this air column above California. The air comes from India and China and circulates all over the world. It's one planet. It is a global problem. I'm glad you asked that question, because it's a global problem. We call these different oceans, the Pacific, the Atlantic, different
It's really
seas,
all
it's
one
ocean. And it covers 70% of the planet, and out of every dollar that's donated for conservation issues, less than 1 cent is spent on ocean conservation. It's shocking. Less than a cent out of every dollar.
Unbelievable. Tell my audience one more time, where can they go on the internet to find out more information about Oceana?
Go to www.oceana.org. We have a great website. There's lots of stuff to see and learn about. And I hope you get your fabulous audience to do that. That would be awesome.
Fabulous.
Nice to talk to you. Thank you so much.
We will be back in a moment with more celebrity interviews. Keep watching.
Oh, I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fancy dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.